Welcome. This is Dev Singh here from Applied Innovation Center. Today we have again Michelle Jenkins from Community Vision Australia, and we are talking the merry-go-round in the social services sector.
We
and
are.
Yes, and this question which is coming again and again when we were talking earlier in the earlier videos on sustainability. And there are different size organizations, whether they are the larger ones who are delivering services across the nation. They are state-based organizations, which are, the sector leaders in that states. And then you have mid-tier organizations who are delivering services in metro, and there are organizations which are more important to the communities in regional and rural, country towns. And then there would be CALD or, culturally and linguistically diverse organizations who are delivering services to those category of people. How is that spectrum of these diverse organizations surviving the headwinds of sustainability or challenges in the sector?
Well, I think we need to ask those organisations to start off with. But I mean, I can surmise that, based on some of the challenges that we have had as an organisation, and we deliver disability as well as aged care. So, when you're looking at the changes that are coming through, you're looking at, a 10% reduction in your net profitability because of all the changes and the impact that that has on the FTE requirements within your business, and in the way that the government is viewing the benefits that aged care or disability services deliver through care management and such like. It really means that at the end of the day, cash is king. And so you're going to have a pull between service quality and delivery of services versus cash flow of your organisation. If you're a smaller organisation, you know what your community require, whether that's a regional community, a remote community, a culturally and linguistically diverse community. You know what they need, but you may not necessarily have the wherewithal or the means to be able to deliver that in the future.
So there's a choice to be made.
A choice, definitely.
And the choice will be?
And the choice will be the person that you're delivering the care and the services to. That's the way that you're going to go in the first place. But that's going to have an impact because you're not going to have the funding with which to be able to do that. If you don't have the funds with which to be able to do that, that then has an impost on your workforce, on the type of service that you can deliver, on how much you can invest in your training, on how much you can invest in your systems. The only way that you can get around that is to start to look at how can we deliver those services differently with quality, but at a cheaper cost.
And most of these services, social services, are person-centric, around the person.
Very much.
And if time is taken off delivering that service to the person they are delivering that services to, and how does that impact on the outcomes, what you want to achieve for that person?
Well, you've got set outcomes that you have to deliver. In the care plan, you work out what are the goals and needs of the client, and that's your aim, is to try and achieve those goals and those needs. If you do not have sufficient funding to be able to have a fully trained quality workforce that can do that, how are you going to be able to deliver on those outcomes? The challenge is going to come down to not only the funding, but also the self-management of those packages, whether it be an NDIS package or an aged care package versus a managed service. Now, if Commonwealth don't see the real value in case management and case management doesn't happen, you're going to have more money to put towards the frontline services. But how, as an organisation, do you manage the goals and the needs of that client if you're not involved in that process? So there are going to be challenges ahead for organisations while we work through this model.
Coming back to sustainability again, that if they are not financially sustainable, and if they might not see this, the circle or the round or the merry-go-round, the one round of the merry-go-round of going up and down again.
Yeah.
And if they're not surviving this whole circle, what would happen then?
Those organisations have to have a serious look at their viability in the future. Are they a viable organisation financially? Are they sustainable? Can they deliver services? Are they going to be able to pass their quality audits? All of those things are going to come into play. And as organisations, if they're not sustainable, if they can't deliver on those things, then they either will be required to get out of the business, or they'll be required to merge, or they'll be required to look for other alternatives.
And again, I think there is a conversation to be had with a lot of people at different levels and sizes of organization to talk about sustainability issues and identify a common solution to save costs. What you were talking about, that the operational cost burden is so high. If there can be efficacies or efficiencies to be built in the system in delivery of service, so that they can deliver good quality services without hampering the quality of service, and focus on what they do better.
Are they ready for the new digitised environment that the Commonwealth is pushing in home care, in residential care, in NDIS? So we're going to have self-management and a digitised environment. What does the future of their business look like?
And I think everybody listening here, they should do a self-audit whether they are ready for IT, they are ready for the sustainability. They should have a good look on their assets, on their financials, and how they're going. Will they survive these headwinds again? And again, we'll come back to you again with more conversation with Michelle, and we would like you to come to us and start a conversation. You can reach out to us through LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram, and drop a message in this video, and we'll come back to you soon. Thank you. Thanks, Michelle.